Alrighty, good morning guys, good morning everyone. Looks like all systems are go.
Ooh.
How are ya?
Morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Alright, cool, let's have a look. So you can see on my screen I've got four numbers here. These are just areas I've got my eye on to see what's going to happen around these zones. They're not pending orders at all. This was an idea from yesterday, Friday, that I'm either looking for a reaction from this zone, this 15157, or if we are able to like close significantly underneath it, looking for a little retest and then see if we can push down to fill this like little area. I see this whole zone as a bit of an order block on the higher time frame. We just need something to close inside of it. If we can close inside of it, then I think we can stay inside and go down to the bottom of it. Of course, I'm not looking to trade straight into it, because as soon as you tack one of these areas, a lot of liquidity underneath this area, a lot of liquidity underneath this area, so it can just be a raid as well. But if it closes significantly into it and then comes back up to it, then we can look to trade down. I really like this area. This zone has been one that's been on my radar for all of last week. This zone. This was to fill this area over here to the left. So that's what I've got my eye on for reactions. 15157. I got eye for reactions at 15068. I have looking for idea if we can react off of this one as well. This like 15380. I see this as a bit of a zone of interest, and that if we from that one is I kind of want to see just price push cleanly up into it, and then it might just be like a little 20 pip counter trend trade, just looking for a reaction from there. If we can close inside of it, then we go to the top. Then I'm looking for a lovely reaction from this zone 15430 to probably stay contained in this range for a little bit. For price to get up there, price is going to have to move 150 pips. That looks pretty good. Pretty good if it has to do all that, has to do so much work to get up there, that we can see that little bounce. What's going on over here? Morning, Sharif, LN, David, Lee Left Hand, MM. Good morning, everyone. Hey, Daniel. Who have we got? Who is here? Only a small group today. Man, this coffee tried to kill me before. Daniel Patrick, good morning. Alright, so let's do a little bit of a top down. We've got 18 minutes till the open, so not really have anything to do till then. Some people might be looking to get in early. There was some pretty significant downside for Asian session. 100 pips, then it moved down. Unusual. Unusual, but 86 pips. I kind of anticipated that when you see this kind of price just go up and up and up and up and up on a Friday, or even sometimes you see it midweek, when it's just doing this and this on the lower time frames, usually it's just, I don't know how to explain it, but I think it's just algos just kicking in, and there's no real stimulus for anything to change, and it's just, you just see it, and it's just continuous all the way. I note on, I think it's like algo trading at that stage. Often on, like, say, the 1 minutes, it'll just be bouncing off the 20 EMA. Let me show you. Okay, so see this in like 1 minute, or even on the 3 minute. Like this kind of behavior, where it's just doing this, and it's just this continuous run so late in the session in the day, and just creeping up. Normally when you see that, the next session, it just fades it all out. And morning, Marin. Hey, CRT. So this is not like, don't interpret this as bullish to continue once that session is over. So often I see this whole move corrected. So FYI, seen it a few times. Maybe it happens. Definitely doesn't happen every day, but it happens maybe once every couple of weeks. And when you see it, you can look to, once it starts to break, this would be right up your alley, Glenn. Once you see it break, then you can look to go all the way down to the bottom of when it started doing this sort of like 1 minute or 3 minute 20 EMA pullback. Just look for it to fade out the whole move. So I actually took that because I was up super late last night. Super late. Looking after old Maddie. She was being a bit of a grumpy bum. So when it opened, I took a sell. It was around about here somewhere. Spread went from, it was between 6 and 7 when it first opened. Around midnight my time. Dropped down to 3.7. So I just entered the little sell on my personal account, of course. Looking to risk the prop account for something like that.
Yeah, a couple of us were doing a bit of an analysis on this earlier. You probably had a bit of a look and see what we were chatting about. That zone where it bounced off was beautiful.
I saw a little thing Dave said he was taking buys, but that was only like in the notification. Yeah. But it made sense because this was the liquidity grab from New York. Yeah. So trade it down to that liquidity grab.
Yeah, yours actually touched the bottom as well.
Capital index spread is 9.5 at that time. Spread's going to be super high for the first hour of every asset. Normally for currencies, it's for me it's 10 to 11 p.m. Australia would be 9 till 10 a.m. But this is like your rollover window. Try avoid taking trades anytime in these rollover windows. Spreads are just out of control. Wait 1 hour and it'll definitely it'll come back a bit. Gosh, this coffee's still surviving. Hold on. Bloody bastard thing trying to go down the wrong place. All right, we got. Let's. Oh man, computer's slow. Let's go all the way and have a look at where we are. So I'm kind of expecting, from a longer term view, I was looking into a few things, listen to a few economists and forecasters and analysts and stuff, and January is going to be an interesting month. I'll talk about that later. But for now, the question I had last week was, on the bigger picture, are we just in the middle of a daily higher time frame correction, and that now that we're starting to create a resistance, are we going to keep pushing down? But you look at like how price has done it before. Daily comes down, comes up, comes down, goes up higher, and then sells off. Okay, then we've gone from this low, or this low, prices pushed up, little pullback, pushed up again, broke these highs, then we had that sell-off. Okay, then we had this one gone up, down. I'm wondering if what's gonna make our job easier is if we start breaking and closing below here again, then we can start to look to trade back down at least to this zone. So I really would like to see that happen on a bigger picture for like maybe it's not going to happen for a week or two. But the way that this is pushed up out of this little area, for now, I don't see any reason to be looking for sells just yet. Price has got more room to go up. Okay, so buys make sense. Buys make sense for now, but just I am very careful of this area because German does tend to do these like little pullbacks that break the high then drop, pull back, break the high then drop. Okay, so but for now we've had a little pullback, we've got a bottom wick starting to push up a little bit. Let's just see if this can start flipping and trading back above 15,300. We could then look to push up to at least up to that zone I'm looking at, 15,380. Let's go look at the 4 hour. 1 sec. I've got an update from little Maddie. Alright. 4 hour. Oh, gold was a bitch last night. You're on longs. It dropped 200 pips and slipped your stop loss. Gold. Gold only dropped back 70 pips. Gold went from back to 1935 only.
There was a crazy bar down.
Oh, this candle.
Yeah, that.
Oh.
I didn't trade it, but it went down to resistance just like on a 1 minute chart because I looked at it earlier on the day.
On my actual MetaTrader, this has only come down to here.
Yeah, IC markets and ACG, it's a massive difference. ACG went down 100 and nearly 200 pips, and on IC markets it only dropped about 30 or 40 pips. It wasn't that much at all.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Can you see? You probably won't be able to see, but on my, you won't be able to see. But this is, yeah, I was watching it because I was actually watching gold last night. I took a long as well, but this triggered me into the trade. But it only comes down to here. It only comes down to here.
I'll whack a screenshot up later. Mine's enormous.
Yeah, that's very different. I was looking for long.
Put it this way, the Asian range was 210 pips because of that one candle.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It's very different on my actual MetaTrader 5. Sounds like some dodgy things going behind the scenes. Why I was looking for longs and why I was looking for sells on as soon as the market opened was these headlines. It was these ones. Hamas suspends hostage negotiations over those Al Shifa hospital attacks. So that one, as soon as the market opened, basically, as soon as I saw the spreads would like settle down a bit, 1.7 on gold, 3.7 on German 40, I went with the safe haven flow, had a little buy limit, and at the key level, 1935, because this to me is the fake out, and this here is your reaction. So I had a little buy limit, And then obviously if gold's going to go up, I had for German 40 the business to go down. That was the reason why I was looking at these ones. Target was for Asian session, my target's 50 pips is just $5 key levels. So I was looking at 1940, but that would have smashed me. That 1935 down to 1930, that would have smashed me. But that's different. It's completely different on my MetaTrader. So strange.
Yeah, like 44 pips that one candle on IC markets. That's it. Well, it's a lot, but it's nothing like it was on the other terminals.
So I'll show you. Default. If I go to this is what it looks like on mine.
Yeah, that's the same as what IC markets looks like.
Yeah, because that was my entry 1935 to
Yeah,
1940.
nice.
Got to
Yeah,
trust your
that's
broker,
what-
guys. Got to trust your broker. Trade on funny things, get funny things.
Aussie broker. Is that Aussie? They're Aussie, aren't they?
Pepperstone, they're everywhere, yeah. They've got headquarters in Australia.
Oh, come on.
But yeah, that's. I think that'll be. I think you can contest that. I think you can contest that. Oh, TraderX, what's the indicator you're using in MetaTrader for the sessions? That was market sessions. That's one that we've got made up just for my like. Oh yeah, I've got my little name on here. That's the one that we've coded up ourselves. But you can get markets, you can get session indicators if you look at the MQL marketplace. Holy, that's big. Jesus, Hayden, come on. I don't get Zoom anymore. Like, how do you change the font size? Everything's different. God, I'm being retarded right now. It's under here, isn't it? There we go. Not normally this retarded. So what happens. This is what a baby does to you, doesn't it? Retards you. Alrighty. Let's get back to business. 4 hour makes sense for to have that long bias, but the 4 hour we've got no bottom wick so far. So I'd like to see price push down and then be pushing back up. 3 hours looking fine. Can come back maybe. Where's the 4 hour start? 4 hours started at price 15,270. 15,270. So hopefully we can get a candle that's going to do something like that on the 3 hour. A 2 hour. This is the area I'm looking for it to at least come back to. Oh, Brett, are you here? Yeah, I saw your message to me. Thank you. What I was going to say as well, like, zoom out then once you set your zones and have a look at the bigger picture, and now say like, where are your where are the best levels that you want to trade from, to look for like major reactions. Because I see you've got on the 30-minute chart, looks good. You've got all your different areas that you're looking at, like your New York high, New York low, 50%, Asian high, Asian low. You've got a couple of zones above price, below price, and then also have a look at where you want to trade once we get out of all of this area, because all of this is where price has been. Now liquidity, all of these swing points here, because they're contained within the bigger range, all of these are going to be liquidity, but not as, it's this liquidity that's only recently formed. You're going to have some of these longer lasting levels above here and below here. So also have a look at where you can think of the daily ranges is going to be. What confluences do you look for in a pair? I look for zones based, 8 o'clock. Okay, this is the time. Look for zones, look for session highs. I'll talk about that in a tick. So I'm looking for longs. But I'd like to see price break this high, come down, and then start to push up. 30-minute candle, this one just before London, has given us a little, price is pushed up with no bottom wick. The first bit of German open. This is the Frankfurt open. Then we've had a bit of a bearish candle. We've just about filled this wick. I'd like to see price come down, bounce off of this area, and then be looking to trade up if we can trade up then. No top wick on H4. Okay. Yeah, I don't trust that broker, Marin. I don't trust that broker. Not the broker, the feed from the broker. And then we know how many issues they have, like around this time when they get the data freezes, they start missing candles and things. Okay, let's go all chart view. Oh god, my computer's slow, man. So we just need another choppy one. Hey, yeah, it's still. I'm optimistic this week because we've got CPI and PPI. But I think what it'll do, it'll be an easier job to trade above this area. But we want to see a liquidity grab to do that.
I got a little trade from the bottom of the Asian low up to about where we are now.
Yeah, I saw you took a buy way back then. Nice one.
Up for Friday where I just missed it.
Alrighty. So, because we've got this gap here as well. I'd like to target. You know what I hope there's not going to be? It's another one of those weeks where I just got, I don't know how many times was up 20 pips and got nothing in these London Opens. You think it's buy to sell? Ultimately buy to sell. Ultimately. But can we take advantage if we're going to buy and get profit? But I want to see a pullback first. I don't trust this candle here. This 3-minute candle. I don't trust this reaction. But trading above this little triple top thing now, I think we can look to sweep the Asian high. That'll be like a 30 pip move above these triple top. fill this gap, but it needs to take liquidity from 270 first. It needs to do something like this for me. If it just does a breakout, I'll probably miss it. I was wondering, like, I upped my risk a little bit last week on the prop account. I was getting a little bit annoyed with it, to be honest. And I was wondering, should I just take 20 pips and then just close full with higher risk? Because I think the amount of times you got to start with it, risking 0.25% ish, ended up having nothing to show for it every time. Don't have anything on the news front today. What's the 1 hour looking like? Yeah, the 1 hour's got no top wick, no bottom wick as well. At 4 o'clock. Oh yeah, that's not going to affect us though.
We've got a German speaker on at the moment. Would that make any difference?
Right now?
That's showing on, excuse me, investing.com. Bubba Bells is speaking currently.
Who is he? She?
No idea. But it's like yellow folder.
Oh, no.
Well, middle, whatever the middle is. Sorry, it's 2 stars
impact.
out of 3 on investing. And then the ECB speech in 8 minutes, apparently.
Dynamo. Oh, that's who that, but that's what you're talking about. Dynamo as well. Sit at 4 o'clock. It must be local time. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know what that will do. See anything new here?
Who's speaking?
ECB guy, yeah. The Gindos. Yeah, I don't think there's much on the agenda today. So that makes me nervous because you know how choppy it can be. Poor conditions when there's no one actually scheduled to speak properly, or big news. But we'll look to price in any rumor about what they think CPI will be on Wednesday. We'll look to go that direction for them to price in lower inflation, which should be, they're looking like they're forecasting lower inflation. So they'll be getting priced in, hopefully. So that could be bullish for the old indices. So taking advantage of pullbacks. Nearly the first 10 minutes is locked in, and there's been very little. Oh, here we go. Finally, a little bit of life here. It broke the high. Just did it? No, it didn't break the high. Pretty much a perfect little triple top here. Pretty much perfect. So trading above that, we've got maybe another 30 pips upside. What's that?
It did take it on IC and it also took it on ACG. It's actually taking the Asian high on ACG.
Serious? What's going on with these differences?
Oh, you're crazy.
Come on. There's more liquidity here as well.
Yeah, that's where I'm looking down the bottom of that. The daily low, it didn't. We only got a tiniest little double bottom on the 1 minute down here, but it never even retested the area.
M15 took the liquidity. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm looking to see if this is a fake. If this is a fake move. If it truly has taken liquidity, it should be moving from liquidity to liquidity. If it's breaking above this candle, then we're looking for upside.
Yeah.
But last week I was really not keen to look for these buys too early, and then just had to give in. I was really looking for this area to be taken. So I wonder if we will see that this week. If we will actually get that pullback down to 15,070-ish area. All right. Coming back to target area. Don't forget to give it a like, guys, as well. If you're watching, it definitely helps the algos. Yeah, I'm looking to see what this is going to do, or not necessarily just go blindly in from 15,270. But then if it can actually react from here and then start pushing it back above, then I'd be happy with that as well. Hey Jerry, how are you, mate? So because there is a little zone underneath this area too, so that price could dip a little bit lower if it needs to. Well, we just watch and see, looking for price action to tell me when I should be getting in. So I don't want to get in like cowboy trades when its price is pushing down like this. 15 minute and 30 minute are looking a little bit suspect at the moment. The 4 hour had no top wick, so I want to see if price is going to react off of this zone, and if we are trading back up and showing signs of bullishness, I say there's a good chance we're going to up to fill this gap. Take this Asian high. But you can already see it's not a very wild opening today at the moment. Okay, so it hasn't really got any sign of. Hey Tom, how are you? I want to see like a sign of rejection and a range created. I want to see that as well. Cowboy. Like just no confirmation, Paula. Cowboy trade, like just setting, let's just go long for trust this level rather than trust the price action. That's what cowboy trade is.
So you take the Asian high as being the close of the New York.
No, Asian high is Asian high. The highest that price was in the Asian session.
Just in that blue box. Okay, that's where I had it as well. Okay,
Yeah,
that's pretty close.
Yeah, there's a gap above that as well. So I know that New York high will be a bit of liquidity, a little doji here. So there's a good chance that we can, if we're pushing up, we can take the Asian high, but also push up a little bit higher. All right, finally coming down here now. So just about to take this 4 hour. If you look at the 4 hour candle, 4 hour candle is just about to create a bottom wick. This one here, or it just has now. Now it has created that bottom wick. Now the question is this 4 hour candle, has it made a top wick and now it's going to close bearish? Or are we going to, is this one just making a bottom wick and now going to start to push and close bullish? So this is where the area I want to just wait and see and not take an area just because it's at this zone, because I want to trade. I'm anticipating that we get a triangle kind of shape and we can have some continuation, but I just want to make sure that I'm not trading this side of the triangle. I want to make sure I'm trading this side. So what I need to see at the base of this triangle here is something like this, where price sort of sweeps the low and then like a bit of a shift in structure and then starting to push up. And I'll try get in. If it does push up and it comes back and like does the little retest, like this is this kind of pattern I'm trying to look for. I'm trying to get in like here. Now the danger is if we are still going down, price could just keep on going down. Yeah, right. So stop loss would be underneath here. Trying to get in really tight entry. If I don't see things that I feel really comfortable with, I could just wait for it to be well and truly on its way, and rather than taking this like anticipation entry of this, I could wait for this move to happen and be taking a confirmation entry, or I can even be looking at taking a late entry and waiting for this to really truly be completed. And instead of trading down in the base of this triangle, I'm taking like somewhere like up here to get the meat of the move, but not trying to get like the lows. That's if I'm not comfortable with like the level. If it's a super level, then I can try maybe take a cowboy entry, but a super level is not a level that's been formed in the previous day. It's usually like a level that's been established for quite some time, and it's also to add confluence, which is what Sheriff, you're asking what confluence would I look for as well, is I know London will typically move 120 pips and more or less the same for NY. So I might take a cowboy trade if price has moved 120 pips with no pullback and it's now reaching a super level. Then I might look for not going to be a trade that's going to fade out the whole move and keep on going, but that kind of trade here would be something like a just a little bit of seller's relief and have that pullback. That's to me, that's one of the easiest trades you can take. When price has moved all this way with zero pullback, touched the perfect level that looks like it's a really strong reactionary level, and then just looking for that 20 pip reaction off of it. Requires a lot of patience though. Okay, so we've swept under here. There would have been some people might have been looking for sells, rejecting here, and as this was pushing down, but I definitely didn't want to. Just didn't look super clean with what was going to happen here.
30 looked a little cleaner.
30 did look cleaner, but it's, you got to have it. Where's your range? You know, we've got you've got this area. So these candles are a little bit cleaner, but you've still got 30 minutes price paused in this area, and then Asian 50%. Lovely area for reactions.
Good.
Okay, so 5 minute is coming to a close. How's this candle going to close? Is it going to be a doji? Is it going to be a bullish candle? Is it going to be a liquidity candle? Can be a bearish candle. Can be a bearish candle by the looks of it. Yep, still going down. So on the triangle, we haven't got signs that this triangle's coming to an end. And once it goes down too low, then, you know, obviously now the triangle might start being look for, instead of looking for the triangle on this side, it might be once it starts breaking key levels, we might start thinking, well, you know, the volume is to the downside, so wait for a pullback, wait for a resistance to form, and then trade this side of the triangle to go back down, because price will move in these waves, and all of these are triangles. Counter trend opportunities with trend opportunities. It's more about just sort of reading the flow and then thinking that if this was indeed a liquidity grab, price has to go from liquidity to liquidity. So if we're breaking under this liquidity and are not reacting, where's your next liquidity? Do you see this as liquidity? Do you see the Asian low as the liquidity point that price is going? Price should be doing waves down to it. Okay, so, well, the 3 minute actually had some recovery, sweeping this little low. Maybe we are going to be breaking above. Could this be the fake out? Touched 50% golden zone on H1. Is that where you're looking, Marion, from New York session low to high and then having the 61%? Last H1 candle. Oh, you mean this one, from here to here. Is that what you're looking at? Mustafa, if we respect that 5 minute bearish FEG, you're talking about from here to here? We might be going bearish FEG. This one. We might be going down to Asian lows. That's what you think. You're looking at this one here, yeah? Yeah, I mean, could be the Asian lows right there. And it's a lovely Asian range. Yeah, that could be the idea. Keeps them breaking down. Could be. Kind of crappy the Asian range is so big because you want to see a sweep. Usually you want to see Asian high or Asian low swept, and now when it's so bloody big, and prices more or less when we opened, we've been staying in this middle bit of it. So we're like 50 pips away from like the lows and the highs right now. I want to see signs of this because I don't want to flip my bias. If it's right or it's wrong, last week my bias sucked for the actual open. But I want to see when this V is coming to an end. Do I consider daily open as a basis for taking longs or shorts? Daily open? No, I don't. I don't really consider where the daily candle opens, whether I'm taking longs or shorts. I just look at the session highs and lows mainly. That gives I look at session highs and lows as opposed to daily candle opens. Like I don't even, when you said that, I don't even consider where it opened. If it was where the daily candle, if a session lined up, like you can see like where the daily candle here opened, and then we just went down and we're getting into like London session, and we haven't taken the daily high, then I'm thinking Asian high. I'm not thinking daily open. But I don't see why you couldn't. Okay, so there's a little liquidity candle. No bottom wick though. But we did see quite often when we saw a sweep, we saw a candle last week with no bottom wick, and it just zoomed. Or rather, sorry, last week it was more, we saw a liquidity sweep and then we saw a candle no top wick and it never came back. So I wonder if this is going to be the same sort of price action start of this week, that you get a liquidity sweep and you get a candle no top wick, no bottom wick, and then we just go that direction. So if we can close, not be too bullish, don't go too far. I would love to take the sweep, but I wonder if we don't get that sweep and price just does a partial sweep and then partial pullback. What was your idea, Tom? Were you looking for sells, were you? Okay, come on. Give me the pullback. I'm going to give this idea a shot. I'm going to anticipate that this is in, that this is the V. And I'd like to see, I know we're coming to the end of the 30-minute candle. I would like to see if this is just going to be a pullback. So I'm going to give this one a shot. Actually, try to trust this idea, just so we can pull back a bit more.
Are you going to wait for that 15 minute to close bullish, or?
I'm gonna wait for this candle to close. Yeah, but not so worried about the way the 15-minute candle's closing.
$30-minute has fully engulfed previous candle.
So that's creating a bit of a range. This 30-minute candle. Come on, don't go. So looking for something like this. Looking for something like that. Vitali, you're EU long. I haven't looked at EU. Okay, just wait for this candle to close first. So 12 seconds. Oh, gap down. All right, I'm gonna go in for this one. Hopefully. Risk is pretty low for start of the week. Going back to like a just a don't fully like this. Would have preferred it to have swept this. Definitely. Only thing is I saw last week so many times it didn't. So I'm just making a slight little adaptation based on what price action was doing last week. How it often never came back to that one. So I'm well aware normally I would be looking for it to sweep here to go, but last week I saw too many times where it didn't do it. So for the sake of all I'm hurting is risk reward by getting them here.
Yeah, H4 block if you chuck the 1 minute chart on.
Oh,
There was a reversal pattern there.
Was it? H4. I don't want to touch H4.
Oh, just in that box there, so you're not getting rid of your 3 minutes.
This one here.
I'll just pick a window and make it a 1 minute chart.
Hold on. Just want to make sure if I need to manage this.
Yeah, for sure. I took it as well. It retested the neckline on the 1 minute.
What I want it to...
I'm in as well.
You're in as well? I want it to get above here. That's where I'm really watching. Because at the moment, this is definitely trending structure to the downside, potentially, if this is creating resistance. Yeah. So I want to be focused right now on this. Where I need to get out of this one. 5 minute makes me a little bit uneasy. So I'd love for this to fill this 5 minute candle and then start trading above this 5 minute wick high. That would make me feel much more comfortable with this one. At the moment, it's still certainly to the downside.
I like that the 15 closed as support though.
Yeah. Come on, stock bulls, where are you?
I went and got a coffee, so I thought I was hoping that would help.
Yeah, maybe I should go do that as well. Is it time? No, it's 8:33. It's not time yet. 12 more minutes for the coffee.
Yeah.
Gosh, this weather is trash here.
Beautiful weather on the Gold Coast, Hayden. Oh,
Bloody
man, brown as a berry. Vitamin D. I don't have to take supplements.
Yes, I'm gonna.
How we last year, Chris? I'm sure it's beautiful up there. Are you ready for all the schoolies to come and annoy you?
Oh, my son's gonna be one. Yeah, let him loose on surface.
Oh, Tim, you're in the Whitsundays, holy. And oh gosh.
Well, you can
MM's
go
in
away as
Thailand.
well.
Well, the weather said it's going to stop raining around lunchtime, so that'll line up with when I take Maddie for a walk. But that means if it's rainy like today, I'm gonna have to clean the pram wheels when I get back. These little jobs that you find that you don't like.
One of the things I used to love doing with my daughter years ago was I had a bike and I got a little seat on the back.
Oh yeah.
I used to love it.
Yeah.
Absolute faster. I'm talking about, 2, 3 years old. Gosh.
We've got a perfect
Great
one because
fun.
we've got straight out. Our apartment goes straight onto the canal, which goes all the
nice.
way from. It's just massive. If the cycle path would go for like 250 miles,
Cool.
east or
That's
west.
cool.
So it goes all the way to Liverpool if you wanted to.
Wow. That's awesome.
So like it's just there's not a single car I need to deal with. Just go straight out there. They've got a little access straight onto the canal, and it's that's a nice little smooth pathway all the way to the city, or well the city's only like 10-minute walk, but or you go the other way and it's just riverboats, canal, riverboats. It's really nice scenery, nice for a walk.
Sounds idyllic.
Falling a bit much from my liking.
It's slow as hell.
Oh, that looks a bit more promising.
Come on, break the high. I'm
That
looking.
pushed about 3 seconds later than I. If it pushed 3 seconds later, I would have already pressed stop myself out, but I held it.
Oh, good one. Okay. As soon as it gets 20 pips, that's my kryptonite lately. And moving to break even is my kryptonite as well.
What hurts more, getting stopped out or losing money for you, hey?
Sorry.
What hurts you more, getting stopped out for break even or losing money?
Oh, losing. I'd rather not lose. But
Oh, I got Scottish blood.
what hurts more is if I don't follow my plan. That's what really like just makes me kind of feel a bit sick when I've made like rash decisions or impulsive decisions that were against my plan. Like if I plan to move to break even, it takes me out. I can easily just deal with that. But then if I said to myself, I'm going to hold it this time, and then I've realized I find myself just moving to break even again, I've realized I've just done the same thing over and over and over, and that makes me feel like really plays in my mind when I do things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Hey, H1 flipped. That's nice.
Yeah. Okay, so now I won't let this become a losing trade. And because of bloody last couple of weeks, I'm going to take some profit off the table here.
Oh, wait a sec, look at that.
Because I kept on, so I'm going to close. I've taken some profit because I'm tired of it coming down and stopping me out. I've got literally nothing to show for it. At least I got something to show for this one now. So we're around 20 pips up. Targeting the Asian high now to follow the original plan. Cool. All right, guys. So who took this one?
All right, so your Asian high is basically this structure here. Ah, come on.
George, you took it. Very good. Put a W in the chat if you guys took it. Daniel took it. Chris took it. Tom, you didn't take it. That was because you had a different bias. That's I would do the same thing as you. If I had a different bias, I would miss that as well. Marion, you got it. Alan got it. Brett, you didn't. Thorsten, you've taken it. Man, Thorsten, you did well. You finished a week strong last week. Manny, you got it. Pat got it. Dan got it. MM got it. Alan, excellent guys. Great stuff, guys. Awesome work. Samir took it. Awesome. Cool. Well, we started Monday off with a nice trade. So remember, see like how important it was. Like how important it was it now. Didn't know I took it. I said I took it. I said I'm giving this a shot. I put the thing in the box here. I thought I was super like this because it was so slow. I thought I really flagged it. Even when I was in the God, come on. I took this. Yeah. You might let it run. Yeah, I'm letting the rest run now. So see how important it was for myself mentally to have done last week's reviews every single day, because how much did I point out last week in the trade breakdowns that it did the sweep and then the move started with no bottom wick, or vice versa on the previous week was well, mostly the moves were at London time that did go down. There were sell moves, but how many times did it do the sweep and then it started with no top wick? How many times did I say that? Let me go and show you, because this is my trade breakdown. So if you guys on Trading Nut channel, check out my channel, because that's where I do the trade breakdowns for the London stream mostly, or if I point out any price action that I see. So look at the London move here. London, the actual move down in London started with no top wick, no top wick. Okay, but the main one I was.
Do you sometimes change? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I had a question.
Different time frames, if it's 3 minute or 5 minute. Is that what you're gonna ask?
No, I was going to ask, do you sometimes change your tactics on, like, as you watch the price? So, like you said, this week you watched the price and it didn't make a bottom wick, and it just went straight through and didn't come back to it. Do you just watch week by week, and then if you sometimes, if you see the price change a little bit, and you change how you trade a little bit?
Yeah, I'll talk about that.
Or like...
Yeah,
okay, cool.
So see on... It wasn't Tuesday, it was Wednesday. This is here. So this price action is basically the same. That it moved up, it did the sweep, and then the move started with no top wick, and I was looking to take the sell. I actually got into the sell and then thought, I'll get out of the sell for like a couple pips, and I was looking for price to come up and then drop to get that better risk reward, but price never came back. And then the same move happened. Then I took a bloody loss in here, trading like a dummy. Then the same move happened here in New York. Took the sweep, and then the move started with no top wick. And normally when I've been seeing that no top wick, I'm looking for that to get taken because of risk reward. Now, on today, normally what I'm looking for is trying to wait for this candle, because I know now that it's got no top wick, that price is going to come down here at some stage. At some stage it'll come down and fill that imbalance. Now, what you're saying, Daniel, like, do I change my tactics? Well, the only thing, I'm anticipating the same up move. I'm still anticipating price to go up to like here, at least here, or up to the Asian high. The only thing that I'm changing is my risk reward. But even if I got in super late, or if I got in like down here, you can see like this is 6 to 1. Up here would be like 1.75 to 1. It's still fine. And I think last week what I had to make some little changes, just because how many trades did I miss because of this, waiting for like the most precise entry. And that was something I was discussing over the weekend. Like, kind of feel silly sometimes, like trying to get the most precise entry and then watch price, like fully anticipating an up move. And I was just, unless I got like here, I missed a lot. And sometimes just like I'll flow between the art of trading and trying to get like just a picture perfect entry, or then sometimes I realize I do step back. I'm like, I'm being silly, because really I'm expecting the move to go up, so it doesn't matter if I get in here. Like, I wouldn't be buying here if my target's here, but sometimes I feel I was getting myself in the way because I was just looking to be so perfect. And trading is not about being perfect. Trading is just about applying your edge. And if my edge is still, my risk reward is still greater than 1 to 1, then I really shouldn't. I left too many pips on the table last week. And I think it was trying to get like, keep risk low on the prop account, all that kind of weighing in my mind. But this was, I made a little adaptation here, thinking, I don't care if it comes back a little bit deeper. I don't care if it comes back a little bit deeper to sweep. I'm going to take a loss anyway. If it breaks here, it didn't matter if I got in here or here or here. And I know my risk reward is going to be, like, I'm risking X amount of dollars. A loss is going to be a loss no matter what. Or I'm missing getting in. Like, it does hurt if I get in, say, where I got in. It does hurt if price does go down and I'm like, oh, I could have got a much better entry. Like, it sucks. But the amount of times that price didn't come back to my entry and then went away, that hurt more as well. You know. All right, well, I hope you guys have secured some, just in case it does come back, because last week it kept on coming back so often. It was about nearly 30 pips roughly, so I secured around 20, just because that's happened to me last week too many times. So at least I got something to show for this. Trading up, guys. I'm gonna shut this down. I'm gonna go to just keeping my stream running for a bit longer. So come over to Haydos FX. I need to shut one down because my computer's bloody slow running all these different streams. And that's your trade. So I hope you guys did well. Hope you guys learned a lot. I'm gonna go for a coffee as well while everyone's migrating over. So I will see you. Are we streaming tomorrow? We are streaming tomorrow on Trading Nut. We are. Great, cool. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Come over to Haydos FX if you want to keep going, and if you don't, I'll see you later. Cool. All right. Hopefully the computer can now recover a little bit, put itself under a lot of stress. Poor little thing. Euro high that we've just swept. So I don't think this should come back. I hope not. Hopefully it just keeps on grinding higher. But I'm well and truly expecting that there could be a little reaction from this zone. Let's see though. I kind of don't want to get a coffee because I know what will happen if I do, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'll see you guys soon.
Mm-hmm. So did you guys see where that reversal pattern happened and how it happened?
Yeah, I saw that on the 15-minute.
Yeah, 15 minutes showed it, but you can also see it on this one. I'd show it on the 1 minute, but you'll see it just as well. These two candles here created a range or a bottom.
Yeah, yeah.
This sucker here closed above the range, creating a midpoint. And then when this guy retested it, that was more than enough liquidity for it to get a bit of a bounce. This was where Hayden was hoping it would return to, but that was where we keep on stuffing up last week, waiting for it to retest. So you get your, let me clear all this shit off. So this is your shape. 1, 2, 3, break, retest, pushka. Then you then you aim for the high. It might keep going, but anything above this candle with no top wick is a bonus. That's what I look for most days. If we can get a break of that trend line with a little bit of a W at the bottom, that's right. You don't get many pips, but your risk reward's pretty good because more often than not, it doesn't break too far below that low.
Alrighty. Always looks clear in hindsight. Yeah. Oh, it's Glenn. Do you wanna now that
I already did it, mate. I did it while you're out.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yep.
The old.
You can see. You can probably see it clear here. Yeah. Mate. Yeah, Haydos' brother loves that pattern.
Mm-hmm. The old TRP.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he calls it. Trend reversal pattern. Trend reversal pattern.
Market flow.
You know, it's no different than like all these fancy names. This is what gets things popular when it's like a acronym or a fancy name. But like Head and Shoulders, Divergence, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same stuff.
You'll see that sort of stuff happen all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, what's important is the confluence. Confluence is your levels, your zones that you look for it off. You can see like this was an area I had flagged. This whole area. This area is flagged based on higher time frame. It's also where you get these little areas. It's uncanny how often that you'll find some point of interest either at a 50% of a zone or a high or a low.
Session low. Frankfurt open candle.
Heard Regan say he trades low time frames the other day. First time I heard him say that. He's always looking for a weekly, daily. Oh yeah, but you got to do. Regan does. The whole reason it's easier for me to trade lower time frames here in this format is because I'm here with you to talk through the price action. For someone to do a webinar and have to forecast, you can't do it on low time frames. You can't. Regan's not going to be able to tell you that this is what he's looking for on a 5-minute chart or 15-minute chart. Regan likes to trade 30-minute time frames. So that's what he'll call low time frames. He's always been on the 30-minute chart. But you can't, like the pattern, the price action is the same. for someone that's going to do a webinar for you guys and sort of tell you what he's looking for on a specific pair at a specific level, the only way for you to get those levels that hold of more weight is by looking at the daily and your weekly, because you need to look for these higher time frame levels. If he's looking at the 30-minute chart for you and then going through a pair and doing 30-minute levels based on like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday's price action the week before, Monday, Tuesday comes along before he sees you again, and you're going to have a whole bunch of new levels to go with. You know, does that make sense? So he trades low time frames. I know that. He traded lower time frames before me. I trade lower time frames than him. But for him, when we're looking at, if I'm going to tell you what I'm looking at the week ahead, I'll be looking at daily and 4 hour to try find like areas. Or like, but weekly, not so much weekly. To me, weekly is a bit too slow. But like, you'd be looking at daily and stuff. You wouldn't be looking at I wouldn't give you on a Sunday. Maybe like these really strong areas that on for like an hour time frame, but even hour time frame when you're trying to forecast days and days and days ahead, this is too low. Any headlines come in? The Gindos. Ooh. Someone sacked. Man, for you to get sacked from a government job, must be pretty bad. Especially in the UK. You're politely asked to leave, so it's always resignations. For you to be sacked, you got to have done something really bad. All right. Looking good here. Yeah, that's right, Marion. Yeah. Public service, so freaking hard, isn't it? You get moved. What's Goldie doing? 1936.
Dropping.
Well, let's watch this to fruition.
Got your head and shoulders there.
Yeah. What to do? We're coming to the end of the YouTube stream. Does everyone understand the trade? Is there any questions about the idea, the trade, the how entered into it? The entry was a little there was definitely a tweak made that based on the price action seen last week. But everyone understands, yeah? Be honest, you know, this is what we're here for. Use this time that we don't have anything to look at.
Three-minute price actions are nice for it. You can see it I can see it clearly on that, but others might not.
No, that was good. And there was a little on the 3 minute. There was a little. I got in on the HFC that formed
Awesome.
just as it took out that doji. The body of it. Actually, a bit lower than that.
So you got on the 15-minute support, did you, Chris?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
15-minute support.
The retest after that 15-minute support was created.
Correct. That's right. The little on the 3 minute was
Oh gosh, I hate it when it does that. It's like just turns around just beforehand.
Oh yeah.
Let's
You
slam that stuff up.
You can see like where the little these little areas. You can see like this is kind of nice for we know we're getting to a really sensitive area, and then see how there's gaps here. We've got one candle, this one here that does the sweep, and then it just sells off from there. And we've got like price not closing above, price not closing below, and we've kind of got this little gap. You guys can see that. Then you extend that across, and you'll see like this is obviously there's like liquidity holding up price at this little zone. Extend it to the right, and you'll see now where price reacted from it. Just a little tiny reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's no different than when I'm looking at zones, and then say I bring up a zone like even on the 15-minute. It's not much different than this, not closing, and then price gets back underneath it and not closing. Or if I do zones on say like the 1 hour or 30 minutes, doesn't matter which time frame it is, but if I'm looking over to the left and I'm looking at like areas where price hasn't closed in between, when I'm looking at maybe it's not really that clear here. So see like this same thing. We've got like price not closing, and then I'm trying to line it up with when price doesn't close above the other way as well, and I'll be like, oh, you know, there's something going on here. And this is when you see those zones that there's not really like a liquidity wick. It's not really it's nicer when it lines up with a session high or low, but it's just an area where price is struggling to close above or below. First time to these kind of levels, you can expect to see a little reaction. It might not be enough to like, you know, create resistance and then start going down, but first time back at these areas, you can get like a little 10 pip or 20 pip reaction. Just if these could be like little cowboy trades. You can put little limit orders at these. Just have like a 10 pip target or 20 pip target or 10 pip, then move to break even, because it will usually sweep it and then go down. But you do get those little moves. Oh, okay. We are trading the buffy again. So see what I mean? Like on the 1 minute, it's not enough to change it. But if you're doing like hyper scalping, first touch these kind of little zones, how many pips did that move? 10 pips. And then it takes it. All right. Well, it's my trade's closed out now. Good one. We got off to a. Thank God, man. Last week it was really deflating. I was really getting frustrated.
That's fill the New York gap as well on mine.
Oh, okay. It's a bit different here. Alrighty, YouTubers. Appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. My guys, stay on. We'll talk about some levels and zones to look for later on. Okay. But YouTube, hope you had a good session, good day. I say it once, it's one thing to make money, it's another thing to hold on to it. So hold on to that. If you're taking it and that's your first trade, if you're going to trade again, whatever profit you made in here, let's just say it is $100, make sure you end the day with something. So if you do take another trade idea, maybe just risk half of your profit for the day. Don't risk the whole thing. And if you lose and you want to take another trade, risk $25. Just make sure you walk away with something at the end of the day. Alrighty. Cool. Well, I'm going to... Oh, Jackie, 2%. Yeehaw, nice. Awesome. Alright guys, well, also, if you haven't joined the Discord, there is the free Discord. You don't need to be part of the actual whole service, but if you want to be, we've been pretty quiet in there lately, so it'd be good to have some fresh blood to ask questions and things so everyone can learn. But all the details on the website. Okay, so my people, stay on. YouTube, I'll see you tomorrow.